Imagine a Nigerian family in 1925. The father wakes before dawn to work his small farm. His children fetch water from a nearby stream. Letters take weeks to arrive, and life expectancy is barely 37 years. Now, fast forward to today. Lagos alone has more people than the entire country had back then. Children scroll through smartphones. Messages travel across the world in seconds. And life expectancy has risen by decades. This is the story of Nigeria then and now. A century of change, resilience, and contradictions. In the early 1920s, colonial reports estimated Nigeria's population at just 16 million people. National Archives, 1921 Colonial Census. Today, Nigeria's population is more than 230 million according to the World Bank and United Nations, making it Africa's most populous nation. That's a 15-fold increase in a single century. Back then, most Nigerians lived in villages and small towns. Lagos was still a colonial port city, a fraction of its present size. Today, over 50% of Nigerians live in urban areas, with Lagos ranking among the world's fastest-growing megacities, home to more than 20 million residents. This transformation isn't just about numbers. It's about how communities stretched, how infrastructure struggled to keep up, and how the rhythm of life shifted from farm fields to traffic-filled streets. One of the starkest contrasts between past and present is life expectancy. In the 1920s, Nigerians faced devastating infant mortality, frequent epidemics, and limited access to medical care. Global data shows life expectancy in colonial-era Nigeria was barely around 37 years our world in data. Clinics were few, vaccines were scarce, and rural families often relied on traditional healers. Today, life expectancy in Nigeria has risen to the mid-50s, World Bank. It's still lower than the global average, but the improvement is undeniable. Vaccination campaigns, antibiotics, and modern hospitals have saved millions of lives. Diseases like smallpox, once a death sentence, are gone. Yet challenges remain. Nigeria continues to battle malaria, maternal mortality, and one of the world's highest under-5 death rates. Progress, yes, but incomplete. If you lived in Nigeria 100 years ago, chances are you worked the land. Colonial records show the economy revolved around agriculture. Cocoa in the west, groundnuts in the north, palm oil in the east. These cash crops fueled Britain's empire, while most Nigerians earned subsistence incomes. Fast forward to today. Oil dominates Nigeria's economy. Crude exports account for the vast majority of foreign exchange earnings. But oil wealth has not translated into equal prosperity. According to the World Bank, most Nigerians still work in the informal economy. Street vending, transport, small-scale trading, often without job security or benefits. The shift from farms to cities, from cash crops to crude oil, tells a story of dependence, boom and bust cycles, and the ongoing struggle to diversify Africa's largest economy. In 1925, if you wanted to send a message across Nigeria, you wrote a letter. Delivery depended on colonial railways, steamships, or the telegraph lines strung along major routes. Communication was slow, sometimes unreliable, and reserved for a small elite. Today, Nigeria is one of the most connected countries in Africa. The GSM Association reports there are more than 220 million mobile connections, nearly one for every citizen. Platforms like WhatsApp, TikTok, and YouTube have become daily lifelines. The phone in your pocket is more powerful than any communication system that existed a century ago. Imagine showing a smartphone to a villager in 1925. To them, it would seem like sorcery. To us, it's just Tuesday. Education in Nigeria has transformed beyond recognition. 100 years ago, formal schools were scarce, mostly run by Christian missions or Islamic scholars. Literacy was limited to elites, clerics, and a handful of urban dwellers UNESCO country profile. Today, literacy is far more widespread, especially among the youth. UNESCO estimates youth literacy in Nigeria is above 70%, though millions of children, over 10 million, remain out of school due to poverty, conflict, and inequality. The contrast is bittersweet. Unprecedented progress alongside persistent gaps. From chalkboards in mission classrooms to interactive tablets in modern schools, the story of Nigerian education mirrors the country's broader struggle, growth, shadowed by inequality. In the 1920s, railways were the pride of colonial Nigeria. They carried crops from the hinterlands to the ports, linking Kano to Lagos. Electricity was limited to colonial compounds and a few towns. Most families relied on kerosene lamps and firewood. Today, Nigeria has a national grid, but one of the world's most unreliable. According to the World Bank, more than 85 million Nigerians lack access to electricity, the largest number in any country. Blackouts are a daily frustration, forcing households and businesses to rely on generators. In a strange twist, many Nigerian homes in 1925 may have felt just as dark at night as they do in 2025. Progress exists, but the gap between potential and reality is glaring. Not everything has changed. In 1925, Nigerians dressed in flowing agbadas, vibrant wrappers, and hand-woven fabrics. Music filled the air, drumming, praise songs, local instruments. Markets bustled with trade, gossip, and laughter. A century later, those cultural rhythms remain but transformed. Traditional attire still thrives alongside Western fashion. Afrobeats has conquered global charts. Nollywood ranks among the world's largest film industries. Culture is Nigeria's constant reinventing itself every generation. So, what does this century-long comparison reveal? Nigeria has grown from a colonial territory of 16 million to a continental giant of over 230 million. Life expectancy has risen, literacy expanded, and cities exploded in size. But challenges persist. Inequality, fragile infrastructure, and public health gaps remind us how much further there is to go. If a Nigerian from 1925 could visit today, they would be stunned by the skyscrapers, the smartphones, the sheer scale of humanity. Yet they would also recognize familiar struggles of survival, of community, of resilience. History isn't just the past, it's the mirror we hold up to our present. So let me ask you, which change surprises you the most? And which part of life, 100 years ago, do you think we've lost forever? Share your thoughts below. I'll be reading your comments.